Lucian?
I think they could go ahead and pick Lucian again if it wasn't banned. But I think I saw them picking Tristana, so I think they were going for something a little different here.
So you can't see the summoner spells either?
Um, I can see the summoner spells on blue team, but not
Is
the
that just
red
like a
team.
glitch or something?
I don't know.
That's so
Is,
annoying.
did that happen last match too? I wasn't paying
Yeah,
attention.
it did. Very annoying.
Sivan with the Diana pick. This is a very strong mid lane pick with another good champion with synergy on with Sejuani.
Yeah, that's true. That's I. I mean, they're like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm really happy to see them just stick with that. Like you said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it worked the
Not a
first time
problem.
with that kind of success, obviously it's something you can make use of. So,
Yeah, that's
and
kind of the sacrifice of like giving up that
People fear
well,
what they cannot
banning
understand.
two of Jirachi's characters. You're gonna leave open other people's champions that they're good at, and Galio and Sejuani, Bounty and Garfield just both
Right.
proving they can succeed on these champions.
what I really
And
dislike is
look
the
at
fact
this. You
that
see this? They just five ban
oh,
Jirachi.
they literally
So I
I
go.
I
wonder
mean
who he's
the
gonna
Ari.
play. Wow, they five ban Jirachi. Crazy, man. That's and then they picked the Lucian. What do you think he's gonna play? Ash.
You can pick
Oh my
Kog'Maw.
god. Oh, he went Tristana. Damn. I don't think I've ever seen Jirachi play Tristana. There was a few other champions obviously open that he could do worst comes to worst. There was the Ash. You know what I mean? There's easy champions. So
Well, they're looking for a hyper carry, someone with consistent auto attack damage.
we'll see how this goes. Oh my gosh, they are putting all of their faith though in hoping this they can just keep this Tristana behind.
Yeah, Diana is gonna have a hard time getting through Nautilus plus Lissandra, but
Oh, and the Kench to lead it up. I love the team. I love this side of Team Solo Feed. I think this is ballsy. I love this. They're banning out. They're totally banning out Jirachi, but at the same time, they Cvan's going for this Diana. They have such good counter for him. So much CC to kind of just bring their
yeah,
team
they
to
have
success.
so many ways to avoid the engage um, from Team Solo Feed. So nine torpedoes with a pretty well played draft, and Team Solo Feed sticking to their guns with the triple melee plus hyper carry on the bottom lane. So
Yeah, I mean, I feel like essentially, if you're gonna look at like just team compositions, I mean, not Team Solo Feed basically hasn't changed at all. You know, you subbed out the Echo, but you've gone with the Diana, essentially the same thing. And then on the opposite end, you've gone from the what did they have last game? Oh, Lucian to the Tristana, same kind of idea. You know, just aggressive AD carry, obviously more of a hyper carry, more actually getting auto attacks off. But they're essentially the same kind of composition, and they've shown that they can play this composition, and they kind of know their positioning in it very well.
yeah, what's interesting here is the Tom Kench pick um, really just shuts down any sort of pick potential from Thresh as long as he's standing next to his carries. You just automatically devour them if they get uh, hooked or just any type of CC in general. So they're looking to really just protect Lucian. I feel like with the Tom Kent plus Lissandra and Nautilus, what's more is that they actually have a way to play up. If they don't want to opt in for peel, say they're actually working with a solid early game lead, they can use Lissandra as a primary engage tool by using that glacial path into the Ring of Frost to set up for some other chain CC to happen. So it's a good comp, and I want to see if they can really play it to its strengths,
Yeah, I mean,
and hoping they can tie this series out and really pull through for us here.
yeah, I mean, I think a big worry I have for the side of 9-inch torpedoes is they don't really have a lot of damage, to be honest. I mean, you have obviously the Elise burst and the Lucian, but I mean, again, as we were talking about the Galio Sejuani, it's gonna be so hard to get past that. You're gonna hope that maybe they can kind of get more of an advantage than they did last game, early game. But like Lucian's gonna need to build armor pen very early on in this game.
And if he's going for the blade build, which is still very good, he's still gonna pump out a lot of damage with his passive applying the Bork passive. So if he gets, I feel like if they actually work with this strong, they have very strong early game between Lucian, Lissandra, and Elise. This trio here just makes for a lot of plays to actually grow a potential lead during the early and mid game. So, and in theory, Galio and Sejuani, individually, just themselves, they're not very strong early game champions, and so they get rolling with their tank items. So, I'm expecting a lot of pressure coming out from Theatrix on Elise. You can just, I'm expecting him to make a lot of lanes just get a lead and snowball that advantage. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, on the yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying in all ways. It kind of just, they have to rely on that early game. But anyway, coming back to last game for a second, we actually have our player of the game. Going to announce that here. So our player of the game for first game is actually Baba Booey on support on Thresh. So congratulations to him. Played well that game. I think he earned it. I think him and Jirachi was pretty close.
He was the reason Jirachi was so insanely fed, just landing the hooks in lane, leading to double kills, and just repeating that over and over while the summoner spells were on cooldown.
Yeah, Baba Booey had 7 votes. Jirachi had 5 actually. So, that the one that enables enables the Lucian to get fed is the one that kind of gets the vote there. I mean, as you were saying, made the plays last game on the same champion in this game. Probably something Baba Booey was like, all right, I'll play Thresh again.
And notice what's different here is that Sivan going for Flash plus Ignite combo. Meanwhile, Lissandra is Teleport and Flash. So they actually have a mobility spell advantage over here onto the team solo feed.
That's interesting. Wow. Yeah, I'd like to give a couple shout-outs in chat. People saying some good things. Das Bite saying Diana cries, but it's Chris, so ... We're expecting the Chris to feed his ass off. Apparently, Piper says Diana loses pre-6, so that's unfortunate as well. General Dill saying, that's my boy Sadistic. I will sucky you for $5. That's support right there. That's if that's not love, I don't know what it is.
Mobility spell, quotation marks. I mean, it's map mobility. Maybe it's not in combat, but it's definitely a mobility tool.
I agree with you. It's definitely a mobility tool. Provides a lot. Oh, no one's doing anything.
Nah, they're just looking to play a standard level 1. Nothing too crazy here.
Yeah,
Sejuani is starting on the bottom side, so
I think this is a really big game for the side of 9-inch torpedoes to just not get behind bottom lane. You know what I mean? Sadistic opting go longsword 3 health potions, whereas Jirachi going Doran's Blade and health potion. So Jirachi's gonna win in the trades, but if Sadistic can just utilize his sustain there, make small encounters rather than long drawn out ones, he'll have the advantage. But you're looking at this bot lane to not get far behind and kind of be that damage pushing in through middle game.
yeah. Just like you said, the 3 pots being Lucian just really doesn't really opt in for long trade, so he doesn't get a lot of value out of the Doran's Blade early. And there was a very good leash for the Sejuani, losing almost no HP there. GG, I never get that.
At the same time, you know, we're not really going to see much here in the early game. Sadistic actually going in, trading a withdraw a little bit. Maybe carry just poking. Meanwhile, top lane, the old wet noodle fight. Did they both?
The classic. Yeah, they're both grasp.
That makes sense.
Just like last game, so.
Tanks to the top lane, dude. Yeah, but already, you can actually see 9-inch torpedoes getting a little bit of an advantage here. Going in level 2 beforehand. Nice job of kiting out attacks. Sadistic's taking a lot of damage though. Nature Dan does get 3 stacks. He eats them. He uses the heal. Oh, he's pretty low though. Oh, Sadistic picking up first blood. Nice job getting out attacks off. Still does have heal and flash. But first blood to 9-inch torpedoes. Talking about that bot lane getting ahead. Sadistic first blood right out of the gate.
Yeah, Nature Dan with the play there, devouring Tom Kenshin.
Uh-oh, looks like we see Bounty maybe going down, and oh, the red buff gonna pick it up for Theatrics. 2 kills for 9-inch torpedoes. This is the start they wanted.
This is looking good for team 9-inch torpedoes rather. They can use these early kills and snowball into a strong mid game. I'm looking at bottom lane the whole time. They can pick up this dragon and start making a lot of rotational plays and catching people out. So.
Oh, but meanwhile we have Theatrics coming in. He does walk over a ward. Seavan is gonna flash away. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and just attribute the fact that they're doing so well to General Dill shout out in chat. I think he brought the motivation to the team. Sadistic heard him and he's like, I can't let him down. That's team love right there.
Diana with blowing her flash, level 4 means that Elise can look to make a play as soon as Lysandra's glacial prison, the glacial path is off of cooldown, snaring her in place. There's a potential kill here in mid lane, I think, here pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time though, Seavan actually doing a good job of farming right here. He does have a little bit of an advantage of about 6 farm, so. Hopefully Bearded Bear Lever can bring that back. Seavan does have the Ignite, whereas Bearded Bear Lever does have the TP, so it's going to be an advantage to Bearded Bear Lever in the sense of staying in the lane longer. But,
yeah, Lucian went to base.
Oh, the hook on the Lucian. He plays under the minions. Devour.
That's exactly what I was talking about earlier. Tom Kent is devouring him right out of the death sentence, making Thresh near useless in that scenario.
Theatrics trying to gank bottom lane, did walk over a ward, just gonna back out of here. At the same time, Stockdalia has a Garfield juice.
Running out of mana before you run out of health.
Sadistic going in, nice damage. Really weaving those auto attacks in between spells very well on the Lucian, just knowing his range to get the poke down.
Yeah, and he went to base and spent that early kill gold into a Vampire plus an extra longsword.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
He can look to make really aggressive trades here and just heal up.
And now we see Theatrics coming down through the bottom lane. He does have the cocoon, trying to save it. Does land on the Thresh. The exhaust was used to get the damage down. Another kill for Sadistic coming out. Nature Dan though taking a little bit of bomb damage. Used the shield a little late, but it's not the end of the world. Another kill for Sadistic, and a great gank on Theatrics.
Just a smart play by Elise there. Knowing that Thresh had to blow his flash earlier and holding that cocoon until you can really land it.
Oh, but in the meanwhile, Bearded Bear Lever is ignited and goes down to Seavan, picking up a kill in this Diana in the mid lane. That's just a case of, the ignite, getting a good pick there, making him use his ulti on himself, and just knowing the Diana plays.
Diana was allowed to hit level 6 before any punishment was to happen, so now's the time for Diana to start kicking in and looking to make plays on the map or solo plays in the mid lane.
Stockdalius, the dredge line, gonna bring Garfield juice and tank 2 or 3 tower shots there. The Mastery's coming out, as they should.
The BM.
Unbench the Kench, man. Unclog the frog.
Oh no.
Unload the toad. Oh! Can't unload his tongue lashing. The hook coming out, gonna tickle the butt of Sadistic. Close. Nature Dan trying to land the good old tongue lashing. Not going to make it happen now.
It's like
Gank coming in mid. Oh, but Lissandra's going to get out of there. Does use the E to escape. Goodbye.
gank unsuccessful. Rip.
Good advantage of Lissandra, though.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say it looks like there's somewhat of a CS lead growing up in the top lane.
Well, here goes Diana going in. Gets the ultimate, gets the Q, the damage, the auto attack, 2 auto attacks. The Q and the damage coming in. Lissandra not going to be able to pick up anything there.
Yeah, he got 3 ults off. He got 3 charges off because he waited for his Q cooldown and got the reset twice. So that was a lot of extra damage. Well played by Sivan and Diana.
Oh man, a 2-0 Diana. Things that counter every team. By Diana. Seaman trying to go in against Theatrix. Theatrix actually taking a lot of damage here. Gonna have to flash out of this. Seaman
Broken champion.
Flash to the enemy jungler. Yeah, right. Double buff release.
I'm wondering what his first pickup here is. Is it going to be Banshees? He's got a Blasting Wand and a Fiendish Codex.
Maybe. I don't see why not. I mean, against an Elise Lissandra, that's the way to go, I assume. Just a tanky. Garfield just trying to do the damage you can there. But I mean that just kind of goes to show you don't underestimate the Diana like that. When she gets 6, she can really just absolutely keep damage on you over and over again. I mean, just, you know, constant ults, constant Qs, and just really being able to pick up those kills you don't think she'd be able to get early on.
Yeah, that combined with her passive, she's allowed to get multiple auto attacks off. It just it adds up to a lot of damage. And you can do it so where you prep 2 autos onto a minion.
Oh,
and
we have a gank up top though. Theatrix throwing the cocoon down. Garfield just blowing the flash. Nice try.
looks like Sejuani is level 5 to Elise is level 7. This is
Oh,
a Sejuani that's extremely far behind in terms of pathing and level experience and whatnot. Even though it looks like she's ahead up in CS, she has 2 deaths, so she's been off the map for a long time.
yeah, 2 kills on Elise is very nice in the early game. Gonna see if Theatrix can get more of these ganks off. You know, he does actually have a pretty good gank opportunity with top or mid, just because they bring such hard CC.
What I want Adam to do here is to swap his yellow trinket for a sweeper, and then maybe a control ward or 2 in his inventory. It looks like he's going to pick this gank off on top, knowing that there's no flash available.
Oh, he's trying. He has the Q still. Oh, Garfield just coming back with the knockup. The ultimate's going to be used. He's going to pick it up on Theatrix. Disastrous dying for 90 torpedoes. 2 kills coming over to the side of Team Solo Feed. 2 kills on that Sejuani that was behind before, but that's going to help a lot.
Yeah, there was just a little bit of a misstep there. Tunneling in on the kill. He had red buffs and he thought he could get the slows off and pick up the kill for himself, but Sejuani showing it in the nick of time to get him stunned before finishing off that kill.
We're actually seeing the trash talk here in chat. I don't know if I can bring it up. I saw some memes being thrown out. The all chat memers. Memes of the dreams, my friends. But yeah, I mean that was just a very, very, very poor executed dive. I mean, Galio is going to be so hard to kill. The second they go in for that dive, I mean, you know Galio is going to be turning and try to get the damage there. Sadistic does get flayed back, takes a lot of damage in this trade. This bottom lane that gets these early kills is not bringing this one home like you'd be hoping.
Yeah, it just seemed like their lead is somewhat stabilized. And the fact that Tristana is actually, doing a pretty good job of CSing. She's being denied here and there, but this could be a whole lot worse for the bot lane of Team Solo Feed.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to try to get this first tower here. But the entire team of Team Solo Feed is there. Oh, the hook's going to come down on a minion. Hey, man, you got to hook something to bring the wave closer.
He's trying, yeah, he's trying.
Oh, the cocoon's gonna come out, followed by the volatile spider, the culling to follow up. That's a lot of damage on Baba having to flash out of there. Trist also used heal to mention, so one ultimate there for two key summoner spells. And they're still gonna try to make. Looks like they're just gonna try to get this tower down here. The Hulk's gonna hit a minion again. Baba Booey's trying to make something happen. Sadisuk has like no mana at all, so risky team fight. Just playing the old. Oh, but meanwhile, Bearded Bear Lover flashing away mid lane. T-Fan does have blue buff. I could see a dive here. 3, 2, no, wave, 2 wave clear. So, oh, this is Kingdom Sejuani. They're trying to get the end gem. Over the hook.
Yeah, I gotta give props here to Bounty 10-12 here. Despite that deficit he was facing in the early game, I would say some solid positioning here to try to neutralize that the potential Elise plays once in the top lane and then here on the bottom lane, just making sure that he's applying pressure where he can, where otherwise you might have seen someone who was, you know, feeling I'm so far behind, I need to farm all my jungle camps. But instead, you know, and just another solo kill coming down. Diana is just really taking control of this mid lane, up in about 20 some odd farm and 3-0 at this point.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be hard to deal with. You know, I don't care what team comp you have. When Diana's fed, it's gonna be a tough time. I mean, I guess the Tahm Kench is gonna be pretty good against it. You know, I mean, you can prevent the re-engage with the ultimate follow-up from the passive. And looks like Theatrix is down ganking. Sejuani's there to follow. The Cocoon's gonna come out, not gonna hit anybody.
A wasted TP from Lissandra in the mid lane. Diana just killed that turret as the TP was trying to come through.
Oh, I missed
that puts the teleporter onto full holdout.
Oh, the Cocoon coming out. The Volatile Spider. Theatrix knows there's more though. Diana's Urge here. Going in. Diana's flash away. C-Van's still trying to make something happen. Galio's coming down. Uses a repel. Guts away. Goes to the Galio. Is going to escape the Cocoon. Still trying to do it. This flash from C-Van. Gonna go in. Get the kill here. Nice pickup for C-Van.
Yeah, at least being 3 levels behind the 3-0 in Diana at that point with no magic resist in the inventory. So once he was cut out of position there, it was just certain death.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, they're kind of just playing on their heels. They gotta hope that that they can at least peel the Diana off and be able to turn this around. I mean, you have the 2 kills, and it looks like they're actually on the side of Team Solo. Gonna try to take this dragon here. Tahm Kench is gonna come see him doing it. It doesn't really matter. But his Cloud Break is doing a lot of damage.
This is just an unfortunate set of events. With the bottom lane having such a huge early lead, I really think this was 90 Torpedo's dragon to take, and it's sad to see it go over to Team Solo feed.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like they have it's almost like they have a team name and they're just like, nah, screw it, we're just gonna do the opposite. But I mean, something to also note: they threw 5 bans at Jirachi and he hasn't died. So that they were hoping to get that big advantage bottom lane, and Sadistic got those 2 kills, but after that, without the jungle pressure, it just didn't turn into much more.
Yeah, well, I guess the next play everyone should be looking at is potential Rift Herald.
Oh, baby.
So
I would like to see. I'm kind of terrified of the 5v5 from the side of Team Solo feed, though.
Oh, yeah, it could be messy.
It's gonna be a lot of damage. Yeah, it looks like Adam is
on the top lane. Yeah.
You're right. They're gonna try to maybe start this Rift Herald, but the top laner and jungler are here on the side of TSF, so maybe not the best idea to start it. Theatrix is on top lane. He's on a ward though. I don't think he knows he can get this before. I think he got rewarded. Well, they might have noticed it though. I think they just kicked it out. They're just gonna back off.
Yeah, they had spotted him earlier.
Oh, Mantis failed. Oh, he goes over the stun. And he's gonna pick up the kill here. Bearded Bear Lover gonna come in and use his ultimate, not doing like any damage at all. Stockdalius is also here on the backside. Looks like he's gonna go down. He flashes over the wall, but Bearded Bear Lover goes down. They're still trying to get the Galio up top. Or excuse me, Galio's trying to get Nautilus up top. Oh, he charges in. He gets the damage. The grass is procced. Still trying. He's going to go down. This might be top tower. And Thresh is top. And meanwhile, bottom lane got the tower. Jirachi's just doing a great job of wave clearing and not getting caught. While I say that, he goes in. Does use the ultimate to escape. And a W, but no problem.
Yeah, 7-0 on Diana at this point. This is a nightmare situation if you're playing a carry on the other team. She was just gonna dive in and pop you, and when she has the Galio and Sejuani to back her up, there's not gonna be a whole lot of answers for that.
Oh, Seavan's trying to go in. He gets the W pulling in. Yeah, no problem. Another kill up to Diana. Poor Theatrix has just been at the mercy of this Diana in the jungle the last like 2 or 3 minutes here.
Yeah, it was a very smart play by Sivan. When he had spotted Elise in the top lane, he called her out on the path she took back to her own jungle and just called her out right there, even without having the vision.
Uh-oh, man, he's out of mana though. The ultimate use from Stuck to Alias, the auto attack to Root. Bear to Bear Lever just does not do any damage at all. He's still going though. Let's try to follow. Bear to Bear Lever still going in. The Galio ultimate's here and they're still trying, but Galio's coming in. Saves the team. Seavan with the shields on himself is not going to go down. Has red buff stock. Delius is just trying to get away at this point. Oh, here's the Theatrix. Throws the Cocoon down. Does get the damage, but onto Galio. Not the target she was looking for. Elise is not the fight you want. I think just getting out of there. Seavan's still there. I guess Seavan doesn't have any mana, but...
That champion is just so good. I need to say that Galio is pick or ban in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
This is even if he was in a losing lane, just all the plays you can do with on the map with Galio is just it's too insane.
Yeah.
I mean Shen is also great in his own regard, but I feel like these either one just feels as a different niche, where Galio is just really strong versus magic damage, but Shen is really great versus auto attackers. But in theory, they just filled the same role in their team by being a huge frontline with global presence.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you guys don't want this. But Sejuani's coming. Uh-oh, here she comes. She's coming in for the play. She dashes in. The ultimate's used on Lucian. Gonna stun him, but the Devourers use the flash to Tom Kench. Gonna maybe save his life. He does still have to thick skin if he needs it. The call is coming out. The TP from Bearded Mare Lover. Oh, double TP actually, but Diana just called it in and obliterates the backline. Killing Sadistic instantly, still taking no damage here. Jirachi's on the backline trying to do damage, but it looks like 9 torpedoes are actually not doing too bad. Oh, no, now they are. That's a triple kill coming out from Seavan. Oh, and the Rift Herald is used top lane. This is going to be disastrous.
Yeah, just a devastating cross-map play. Even despite their double teleport, that play just it went poorly for them just because, yeah, and just chaining it into more kills afterwards just makes this so much worse for the 9-inch torpedoes.
The Mia pings? Who are the Mia pings on? On
Missing?
Adam? Adam. We're seeing Mia pings on Adam. On Theatrix. BM it. Not sure what happened, but... Yo! By the way, Salvatore Rosado with Penta Robot there. Top cheer in the channel. He's got the cool little icon. Sal, say something in chat so people can see your chat icon now. He's not even here anymore. He just left.
He just cheered and left. What a guy.
Dragon is going to be picked up. Just another thing to add to their advantage. So,
yeah, I feel like they're running away with the game at this point. They have both the dragons and significant gold lead. All they need now is to complete maybe another item on Tristana, maybe not even that, and just force the issue around Baron and look to close out the game from there.
Yeah, I think for me, the biggest reason that Team Solo Feed got such a big advantage is because Sadistic got those 2 kills early on, but then C-Van was just like, nah, I'm just never going to die, and I'm going to kill everybody. And they just weren't able to do anything with those 2 Lucian kills early on, and C-Van was able to do a lot with the Diana mid. I mean, like, out of the 16 kills, he has 14 of them, and he has 0 assists. So, he's just trying to just be a monster, and there's not really much they can do on the side of 9-inch Tortillas to combat it.
Yeah, he's got 3 completed items. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Nautilus has 0 completed items other than boots.
That's so unfortunate. Rough time, man. But,
yeah.
Yeah, but we're also already seeing a 2-item Galio top. 3-item Diana mid.
He's got the...
trying to make something happen here. The 2-man taunt coming out. C-Man trying to make the damage the taunt is going to be used. This is not the team by 90 from this one. They're just taking so much damage from the carries of Team Solo Feed. They're going to keep trying to chase this up. Jirachi's jumping in. He gets the auto attack, the red buff. And the bomb's going to go off. Theatric's taking a lot of damage. This might actually be an in-hit, though. No.
The death timers are pretty long, and they got another mini wave rolling up. I don't know if Adam can solo defend this tower. Tristana will just melt through this, and once Diana starts hitting it too, it's gonna go down so fast.
Yeah, I don't see any contest right here. Are they gonna opt to get more? Probably not. We have short death timers here. Gonna just back out, maybe back, spend the gold, set up prepared.
Yeah, I tried to lay down some vision on my way out of the jungle, and look to spend my gold and come back, secure the scuttle crab, make sure you deny whatever vision you can and just start baiting and just make a pick or just take the Baron.
Yo, dude, I gotta be real with you, man. We have a major update we gotta talk about. Apparently, Roy Barkin's letting me know that Baba Booey banged his wife and got away with it. Dude,
is that illegal?
I think we have a stressful situation right now. I think we have a fan of 9-inch torpedoes making the Omega comeback. Diana timing.
Well, I don't know how to respond to this.
Oh, C-Man finally got 2 assists. That's nice.
It's finally being the team player he needs to be.
Uh-oh, and Baron started. Half health. And
Everyone is out of position.
yeah, not really much they can do against that. At this point, I think it's just, waiting for the game to end. I mean, unfortunately, but they do pick up the drag. Oh, no, Dragon's not even up.
Yeah, just a total misposition on the map there. I mean, yeah, they are super far ahead, but at the very least, you can look for a steal.
Yeah, I mean, they're just too far ahead at this point. I mean, oh, they're going to try to see just in the columns going to be used. Oh, the hook is going to come out from him. It's running off, and it's going to miss, though. Statistic's going to be able to get away. 9-inch torpedoes is trying to defend. Lissandra all confused on himself. They just don't do any damage to this front line that inside of Team Solo Feed. Galio's still coming back in. Meanwhile, Jirachi's just cleaning up. A double kill from Tristana. Elise is going to repel away. Stockdelius is going to be the one to go down next. Oh, he's not. Elise is going to get destroyed before the Nautilus.
And diving is just too easy when you have a front line like Galio instead of one.
Triple kill for Jirachi. I think this might be it.
This looks like the end of the game here. Sonic can knock down towers one after another, especially when you have Baron empowered minions.
Holy guacamole. Flash is being burned. All Flash is burned.
What a game.
What a game.
So, who do you think was the MVP there?
I mean, is that even a question? What do you think was MVP?
Do you think it was Tristana or Galio?
Are you serious? How could you not? it had to have been Thresh, man. There is no doubt in my mind.
Oh, you're right. You're right. C-Van with a massive performance on this Diana mid.
I'm gonna go ahead and do the vote here in chat. Give me 1 second. So if Baba Booey, if you're listening, You should come get on Discord because you are player of the game for game number 1. I won't drag you down. Just jump to a channel above us. Check out some damage numbers here. Holy guacamole. Let's see, 28.